Olá, gente. O meu nome é Mônica e eu sou uma amiga da Susana. Hi, people. Hi, everyone. My name is Monica and I'm a friend of Susana's. Eu sou de Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Eu assisti à Universidade de Wisconsin-Madison, onde estudei espanhol, português e estudos latino-americanos. I attended UW-Madison, and there I majored in Spanish, Portuguese, and Latin American Studies. Então, muito boa decisão fazer esta aula de português com Susana, tá? So, very good decision in doing this Portuguese class with Susana. Susana me pediu que eu falasse sobre Brasil e sua cultura. Susana asked me to talk about Brazil and its culture. Tem muita coisa para te contar. There's a lot to tell you. But, a gente não tem tempo para tudo isso. But we don't have time for that. Então, eu mandei o link para o meu blog que eu tinha quando eu estudei no Brasil, no ano acadêmico 2013 e 2014. So, I did send the link to my blog to Susana from when I studied abroad for a year in 2013, 2014. Fica à vontade, okay? Do with it what you wish. Bem, uma palavra que eu acho tem muito a ver com o que descreve a cultura do Brasil. A word that I think of that I think describes Brazil's culture really well is acolhedora. Acolhedora means it's like a way of saying hospitable. Uma frase que todo mundo fala quando você entra na casa. A phrase that people say when you enter the house is: nossa casa é a sua, fica à vontade. Na verdade, eles falam mais fica à vontade. But anyway, they say our house is your house. You know, treat it as such. Like I don't know why fica à vontade is hard for me to interpret, but it literally means like be at your will. So like, you know, be comfortable. And the thing is too is eles sempre querem te dar comida quando você entra a casa. They always want to give you food when you come into their home. And yeah, I mean, even with meeting new people, se você vai a uma festa, você tem que cumprimentar. Você tem que cumprimentar. Desculpa, eu tô esquecendo a palavra para greet. Você tem que greet toda pessoa, né? Então, claro que sim, que você vai conhecer a toda pessoa. E você tem que despedir toda pessoa quando você sai de uma festa. Quando você sair de uma festa. You also have to say goodbye to each person when you leave a party. Não tem Irish goodbye no Brasil. Não existe. Seria muito grosseiro, né? It would be so rude to do an Irish goodbye in Brazil. Like, you just can't do that. Inclusive se você, muitas vezes, quando eu andava a aula, when I was going to class, eu veria uma amiga, I would say a friend, às vezes um acquaintance. E você tem que parar, cumprimentar, você tem que falar, você tem que conversar, pelo menos por um pouquinho. You have to talk for a little bit. E se você não faz isso, essa pessoa vai te achar como uma pessoa de mal educação ou muito grosseiro, tipo assim. Yeah, if you don't stop and say hi, they'll think you're really rude. Or that like you don't like them. Like, There's definitely being acolhedora é muito importante. It's so important. Onde estudei, where I studied in Minas Gerais. Minas Gerais é ao estado de Rio de Janeiro, ok? Minas Gerais is a state next to Rio de Janeiro. E lá, os mineiros, na verdade, são Wisconsinites brasileiros, ok? I like to call mineiros, people from Minas Gerais, Brazilian Wisconsinites. Or you could say we are American mineiros. Right? Doesn't have to be the first way. Anyway, enfim. Lá em Minas Gerais, eles adoram queijo, eles adoram cerveja. Ou eles gostam de cerveja, eles gostam de queijo. They love cheese, they love beer. Eles gostam muito de passar tempo com os amigos. Eles são muita gente boa, assim, okay? They like to spend time with friends, with family. They're known for kind of like being like a Midwestern nice, I guess. E além disso, eles têm muito orgulho por ser mineiro, okay? They also have a lot of pride in being mineiro. Embora o Brasil tenha outros estados que na verdade tem mais benefícios, mais, sei lá, like, even though other states in Brazil have more like better things going for them. Por exemplo, no norte, as praias, né? For example, in the northern states, the beaches, I mean, they're beautiful. Mineiro, literally, like, their expression, a sua expressão é não tem mar, então a gente vai pra bar. There is no sea, like there's no beach, so we'll go to the bar. I feel like that really kind of speaks into like what it means to be a mineiro. Uma história muito engraçada para vocês. A very funny story for you. Quando cheguei ao Brasil, eu gostei muito de contar aos brasileiros sobre este tema, sobre este assunto, do que os mineiros são Wisconsinites também, que são muito parecidos com os Wisconsinites. I love telling Brazilians that mineiros were really a lot like Wisconsinites. And I would always start, like, I would say, oh, por que vocês gostam do queijo? Por que vocês gostam do cerveja? E, além disso, vocês têm até o pão de queijo. I would say, because you like beer, you like cheese, and you also have cheese bread. Porque na minha universidade, Madison, na feira, lá a gente vende pão de queijo. At the market, farmer's market, they sell cheese bread in Madison. And so I was like, even all the way to the cheese bread, you all are Wisconsinites. Infelizmente, eu não usei o nasal. Não nasalizei. Olha só. You see how Portuguese is hard sometimes. I did not nasalize it correctly. I said pão de queijo. So I don't know if you've learned this yet, but so like mão, it's nasalized, right? It's got the tilde over the A, M-A-O, tilde over the A. It would be like if you were saying the word mound, but you don't say N or D, you just go mão. So mão, but if you don't nasalize it and you just say mão, then you're saying the word bad. So nasalization is very important. It can change the meaning and could potentially embarrass you. Because I said pão de queijo, and pau means dick, like slang. And I was saying it all the time. I was saying cheese dick when I was talking to my friends or people I was meeting. Like, I didn't even know them yet. You know what I mean? And one of my American friends had to call me out on it because he said, "Oh, Você é a pessoa que tá falando cheese dick. He's like, oh, you're the person who keeps saying cheese dick. É pão de queijo. Não é pau de queijo, é pão de queijo. So I was like, oh, gosh, eu tenho muito vergonha agora. I was like, I am so embarrassed. Yeah, I would, quando eu ia aos cafés para pedir comida, when I'd go to the cafe to order food, I would be so scared. Eu tinha muito medo quando falei pão de queijo. I would over nasalize it when I go to the cafe to order cheese bread. I would over nasalize it. I'd go like pão de queijo, and the worker there, a funcionária, ela me olhava assim como assim? Você falou o quê? Oh, so that's always fun. And another, like I said, there's a lot of things, and I could go on forever, but I won't. So just check out my blog if you're interested. So I'll just share one more fun cultural fact. It has to do with the language. Side note, eu adoro português. I love Portuguese, so you need to keep studying it because it's just a beautiful language, and the way people use it and speak it is just, it's just not the same as English. Like you really can use the Portuguese language to express yourself in a way, I think, more than in English allows you to do it. So that brings me to my next cultural point is Mineres. Mineres é o português que se fala em Minas Gerais. Mineres is the Portuguese they speak in Minas Gerais. It would start when people would say como você tá? Instead of como você está, they say como você tá. They literally eles eliminam a metade das sílabas, né? They eliminate like half of the syllables. So you can't like when you learn Portuguese in school, you have to go abroad to actually learn to speak it because they're just not going to speak it the same way. Outra expressão é pra onde você vai? Pra onde você vai? Instead of para onde você vai? Para onde você vai? Pra onde você vai? Which means, where are you going? Onde você tá? Means they're actually saying onde você está, which is where are you? Onde você tá? Uma expressão ou uma palavra que eu achei muito engraçada é tadinha, okay? Another word I found really funny was tadinha. So, o meu roommate, Carol, ela sempre me chamava tadinha. Não sempre, mas muitas vezes me chamava tadinha. A lot of times my roommate Carol, she would call me tadinha. She would say, oh, tadinha. E nunca entendi quando ela falou isso. I never understood when she was saying it. Então, uma vez, a gente estava... Oh, yeah, and then another side note too. Nos supermercados, no Brasil, eles têm uma marca de leite e chocolate. O nome dela é Todinho, okay? In Brazil, they have, in the supermarkets, they sell this brand of chocolate milk that's called Todinho. It's kind of, I think it was like Nesquik. I don't really remember. Faz muito tempo que eu tava lá, viu? It's been a long time since I've been in Brazil. Anyway, eu achei que ela estivesse me chamando Todinho, a marca do leite e chocolate, da leite e chocolate. I thought my roommate was calling me Todinho, like the chocolate milk brand. And so uma vez a gente tava assistindo a televisão. One time we were watching TV e ela me chamou de Todinho. Or so I thought. We were watching TV and I thought she called me Todinho again. And I looked at her. Olhei para ela e fiquei assim, como assim? Por que você me segue chamando tadinha da leite e chocolate? I'm like, why do you keep calling me this chocolate milk brand? E ela falou, não, coitado, tadinho. Actually, she was calling me tadinha because I'm a girl, so I'm a woman. Anyway, I don't know if you've learned gendered yet, but it's tadinha, not tadinho for me. Anyway, so long story short, she's like, no, the word is coitado. And then you go tado, tadinho. Because inho is a diminutive. A diminutive. It's like if you've studied Spanish, you say, I don't know, perrito. Like, oh, my little dog. Oh, perrito. Or like, Josito. Or Pepito. Like, it's like a little diminutive. It's like a term of endearment, right? So in Portuguese, it's I-N-H-O. Inho. Right? So, anyway. My point to that whole story is I even remember até os gestos dela. I also remember like her gestures. She's just like coitado, tado, tadinho. Too much. And then I guess like another part on language too. Muitas vezes os meus roommates, minhas colegas de quarto, quando elas me chamavam para almoçar, ao primeiro, eu achei que elas ficassem com raiva comigo. When my roommates would call me for lunch, at first, I thought they were actually mad at me. What they would do is they say, oh, é Mônica. Mônica. E eu fiquei assim, o que você quer? Like, what do you want? Você quer almoço? Do you want lunch? Like, I don't know. The tone was so different. It just really caught me off guard. Anyway, so, yeah, those are just some of the many cultural aspects of Brazil that I just love. And I find it fascinating that a lot of it manifested through language. So anyway, thank you for letting me share. Gosh, às vezes eu não posso falar, viu? Sometimes I can't speak, viu? There's just so much to say, and if you ever want to talk about Portuguese more, Susanna can share my email with you. Ask her for it. I'm not gonna, publicize it or whatever. And I'd be happy to talk to you about Brazil. Quick little plug. Quando eu fui ao Brasil, when I went to Brazil, eu peguei uma bolsa. O nome dela é FLAS. Okay, when I went to Brazil, I got a scholarship. It's called FLAS, and UWM has FLAS. It stands for Foreign Language and Area Studies Grant, and it was really helpful. It took care of a lot of expenses. You have to apply for it by February before the year you would go abroad. They also have summer classes too, which I think would be February before. Like, I know with COVID and everything, maybe you can't travel, but for this coming February, for 2021, 2022, that's something to think about. If you feel like, I can't afford to travel abroad, that's definitely something that would help a lot. Plus, quando você vai ao Brasil, pode ensinar inglês. When you're in Brazil, you can teach English. And that covered all my living expenses the second semester when I lived there, and plus I was also on the scholarship, so eu sugiro muito, assim. Enfim, obrigada, foi prazer e é muito simples. Eu amo o Brasil, eu gosto muito da cultura dela, do idioma dela. Eu devo falar dela, né? Uma expressão no Brasil que é muito comum para despedir a gente. An expression in Brazil that's really common to say goodbye to people is fica com Deus. Go with God. So, or Deus abençoe, may God bless you. And then people also say goodbye saying beijo. Beijo, tchau, which means kiss. So, beijo, tchau. Um abraço grande para vocês. Tchau, até mais.